that emotion you have been feeling is nudging you towards your dream. So let's take a deeper look at it and see what it has to say. What message does it have for you? And then let's transform it into peace. First of all, let's give a fist bump to all those emotions. I mean all the emotions. Let's say like, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome to my body. And then give those fist bumps. Whatever emotion, just fist bump it and say, welcome, welcome to my body. Perhaps you can ask them whether they'd like to have some coffee or some tea, perhaps, or some sparkling water. Or how about that? Orange juice. Yeah. And then you can spend time with that emotion. Oh, you can have a chat with it. Perhaps you can ask them, I'm curious to hear, where are you coming from? Okay? And you can tune in and let the emotion tell you the answer. It's a self-discovery journey for sure, when you truly tune into where the emotion is actually coming from. You can ask the emotion, are you self-made? Or am I picking up someone else's emotion? As the emotion truly can be self-made. It might be a result of your thoughts, your conscious or unconscious thoughts. And whether this emotion you're having is dreamlike, then your thoughts are most likely aligned to your highest selves and your dreams. Whether the emotion is not dreamlike, whether it's dense, whether it's a lower emotion, then it might be coming from your lower self's thoughts. And in that case, in that second case, if you feel called to dig deeper and to truly see whether there is some thought or some thoughts behind this emotion, you can ask yourself, what have I been thinking since this emotion started to swirl in my body? Can you trace that emotion down to a particular thought you have been thinking? If yes, and if that thought truly is not dream aligned, if it's not aligned with your soul's dream, then that is a loving invitation to transform your thoughts, to truly choose those dream-aligned thoughts, soul-aligned thoughts that are aligned with your highest self, that feel like a dream. So you can consciously do that inner work and transform those thoughts that were behind that emotion. And once you choose those new thoughts, the emotion naturally changes. So choosing those higher selves, higher thoughts, make you feel like a dream. They give you that sense of peace. The emotion in your body that you're feeling can truly be a result of your own thoughts. But it can also be communication from your soul. Your soul nudging you to do something. For instance, if you feel those elevated emotions, if you feel like a dream doing something, it's your soul communicating to you through those dreamlike feelings. That yay, yes, keep doing what you're doing, darling. Those expansive, opening emotions are your soul's way of saying, yes, this way. Keep going, darling. You are on track. But in case the soul is communicating to you through those unpleasant feelings, emotions, in that case, your soul might be nudging you to move away from a situation, to make a dream-aligned move, courageous move, radical change perhaps in your life. I'll now share with you one experience that I've had where my soul was communicating to me that, hey, move away from this situation. Make a soul-aligned move. You know, I was at one time living in an environment where I wasn't supported to be my most authentic self. Me being fully, authentically, genuinely, openly myself. Me expressing my soul's truth out loud, openly. And me just being me wasn't appreciated and supported. I didn't feel like I could fully express my soul freely in this environment. I had done a lot of inner work. I had transformed myself from the inside out. And I had started to think super positively. And that was no longer a match to the negative thinking I was facing in this environment. So the environment was not a match thought-wise and energetically and on a soul level. During this time period in my life, I was suffering from intense, prolonged anxiety. And I had a symptom in my body that was clearly connected to this anxiety that I had. there was a clear correlation between these, the emotion, the anxiety, and the symptom that I had, which both made me suffer a lot, until I made a decision to release myself from this environment that was not aligned. And once I did that, when I got to be in a new environment, the emotion, the anxiety, and the symptom related to it dissolved. That emotion, that anxiety, that intense anxiety was my soul communicating to me lovingly that, hey, it was shouting through this emotion that, hey, it's time to release this environment that is not aligned with me, with my soul, which was not a match to who I was truly at my core. And once I listened to my soul, once I made that soul-aligned move, once I listened to my soul's nudge and inner knowing that I need to move away from this environment, and I did it, the emotion and the symptom dissolved. So, let's talk about that feeling you have and whether it's your soul asking you to move in a particular direction, to perhaps release something from your life, or to move in the direction of your dreams. You can ask your soul, what are you asking me to do through this feeling, through this emotion? And let your soul tell you the answer. Great. So, the emotion might be coming from your thoughts, or it might be a communication from your dear soul. But then, it might also be from someone else, that emotion you are feeling in your body. So, for instance, if you are aligned to your dreams, if you are living your dreams, your soul's dreams in the now, you are living in radical alignment with your soul, and you feel amazing, you feel peace within, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, without any particular reason, you feel an unpleasant emotion in your body. For instance, anxiety. Then it might be that you are tapping into collective emotions. Emotions that the collective is going through. Or then that emotion might be from someone you are quantumly in connection with. You don't have to be next to them to feel them. So, the emotion might be self-made, but it might also be from someone else. And whatever the case is, so whether the emotion is self-made or whether you are picking up someone else's emotions, if the emotion is in your system, if it's present in your body, then that is just awesome. That is so great. Because in that case, you have the power to alchemize it, to transform it, if you so choose, if that calls you. You know, personally speaking, at least if I have some emotion in my body that is not dreamlike, I am in that state, not moving towards my dreams. Because in that state, I don't really feel empowered to move towards my dreams. So I'd rather just alchemize it and transform it in a way that feels most aligned to me in the moment. So I'm all about transforming those lower emotions into those higher emotions that feel like dream. For instance, peace or love or joy. If transforming that emotion is something that calls you as well, if it resonates with you as well, in that case, I can help you tap into that peace, to transform your internal state into peace, so that you can live and create your amazing dreams, your epic dreams, from a state of peace. Oh, and I can help you do that in the I Am My Soul stream immersion. I will help you tap into inner peace in that amazing workshop series. Check out the link in the description and join if it calls your soul. If the link is still there, you can still access it. And who? Okay. And before that, most amazing workshop series. If you now have that emotion in your body that you'd love to transform, and you'd love to do it now, in that case, let's transform that emotion into peace now, okay? Yay! And for this, I have one simple question. You can ask this question from that emotion you are having right now. How do you desire to be transformed into peace now? and the emotion gives you the answer. Listen to what it has to say while you were drinking that orange juice or whatever. And do what that emotion asks you to do. It could be that it asks you to move your body so that you get that emotion moving. It might ask you to take a walk outside. It might ask you to do some stretching. Perhaps it asks you to dance. Or perhaps it asks you to do perhaps it asks you to sing. Sing. Okay. To use your voice. Perhaps it asks you to meditate, to close your eyes and just be. Perhaps it asks you to do a relaxation practice. Cool. Perhaps it asks you to do a mindset practice, to align your thoughts with your dreams and your highest self. Or perhaps it asks you to radically listen to your soul and do in the moment what your soul nudges you to do. And the list goes on and on and on and on. It's a never-ending list. And your soul, snap, 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 your soul knows, or the emotion knows, what works best for you in the now. Yeah. Now I'm very excited to hear that what are your thoughts around this topic, darling? Feel free to share your thoughts if you feel super inspired to do so in the comments.